I think what needs to happen, I'm not sure how it's going to happen, because what I'm seeing at the moment is loads and loads of the bigger artists doing these huge deals with, you know, Samsung and all this sort of stuff, and I find that kind of depressing. I mean, artists have always, you know, kind of done that every now and again, but it's now, I mean, you know, you're now getting people releasing their records through Tesco or through a newspaper like Daily Mail or something like that. You know, people who you really respect doing that. I mean, Prince did that, and you think, oh, what are you doing with the Daily Mail? And I hope that's a blip, really, because that isn't. You can imagine these sort of boardroom people kind of going, well, how do I make this artist make the same sort of quantity of millions as they used to back in the mid-90s, or go with an exclusive deal through a supermarket? Or that'll work, because you're targeting people who don't really like music, and that's a much bigger market to people who do like music, isn't it? But what I hope happens is, after a sort of once a sort of another generation has kind of turned, hopefully we're going to get past this whole celebrity idea, because everyone's just obsessed with this kind of, you know, sex, drugs and rock and roll thing, and all those things are fun, but it's kind of a bit old hat, and it's a lot of time wasters around, and so because of all these time wasters who just want to kind of do the kind of rock star thing or the pop star thing, it means that everyone's on the defence. All the gatekeepers, all the filters are on the defensive, because they assume that they're just going to have all these people just wanting to, you know, shoot up backstage or whatever. I mean, I've done gigs where, you know, you go to the promoter and you're looking for a cup of tea, and they say, oh, we can't give you a cup of tea because last night's band pissed in the kettle, and you go, oh, boring. Why did they do that? I want a cup of tea. You know, it's not very rock and roll, but it probably felt like it at the time. So I'm hoping that once we get over this obsession with celebrity, then it'll just kind of calm down a bit, and everyone will just be writing stuff and making stuff, and it'll be, you know, art for art's sake again. And it'll be a smaller industry, but it'll be full of people who actually want to be involved in it for its own sake. And the audiences, it'll be those small little sort of niche crowds who just like music. I mean, a lot of people, when you look at the really big hits, it's because everyone who doesn't like music has bought that thing. But most people, you know, who really like music are kind of always searching about, and they might, you know, buy the thing by Rihanna or whatever, but they're also, they're invested in certain bands. So, you know, it'll be more like, you know, sculpture or things that take a bit more sort of searching out for. But I hope, anyway.